Ladies and gentlemen, fight fans all around the world, let's talk some boxing. Man, Gennady Golovkin versus Martin Murray. This is actually a pretty decent fight. I've been checking out Martin Murray, and he's a pretty decent fighter. This should be a good fight. Um, Martin Murray has gone up against the likes of Sergio Martinez and a number of other reputable boxers, and he's pretty durable. He's pretty good. Now, I must admit, Gennady Golovkin is a slightly different beast of a different nature. It's not his knockout power. For those of you who don't understand, Gennady Golovkin does a lot more than just hammer people. Okay? In fact, Gennady Golovkin has a style that he can go back and he does box and he does use the shoulder roll and he does use shifting and he does use a number of different things. Okay? It's really his action that makes him be able to knock out opponents. And as I heard someone from the Bloody Elbow, Connor, I think it's Rubach, say from his channel, it's also his timing. His timing is very interesting. So you can't really brace for the impact. So, but this is a really awesome fight because Martin Murray, he can box. The boy can box. Okay, and he's pretty durable as well. You're not going to just hit him with a multitude of shots. You probably catch him with one shot or two shots. Having said that, Gennady Golovkin, like most Kazakhstanis, like Costa Tszyu, they're very accurate and also they maximize their power and their punch. Okay, they get the most out of the twist in their hip. They get the most out of the action and the movement. And I could say so many things about Gennady Golovkin that makes him legit. Gennady's not Kovalov. Kovalov literally has heavier hands. It's the action of Gennady Golovkin, the shifting as he shifts his body, puts all his body weight into the punch, and that's what makes him. And he does those overhand rights, those left hooks. He mostly hooks with his punches, but he can jab. And remember, this guy, he's a silver medal Olympian. Okay, fought the likes of Anthony Dirrell and beat Anthony Dirrell on point system in the Olympics. So you got to understand that Gennady Golovkin, though he's a relatively small middleweight, he really knows what he's doing in there. Okay, but I gotta admit, Martin Murray, he's also a really good boxer. This guy has all-around good boxing skills. Now, I thought that when Gennady Golovkin was to face Antonio Rubio, I thought Rubio would have given him trouble. And Rubio was starting to kind of give him trouble. Of course, Gennady Golovkin, he examines you through 2 to 3 rounds to see what you're about, where the openings are, what kind of defense he has to fight you with. Gennady is not as one-dimensional as people make him sound. He can box. He can box on the back foot. He can move back if he needs to. I'm hoping that Martin Murray can show some more dimension to Gennady Golovkin so you guys can see this kid can box. And yes, he's kind of rudimentary to some degree, but he can box. Gennady Golovkin can box. I'm really excited about this fight. Of course, you can't bet against Gennady Golovkin in this fight. He's going to be the favorite. More than likely, he will win this fight. But in what manner and how Martin Murray presents the challenge to him, will he solve the rubric of Martin Murray? And if he does, that's excellent for the division. Now, I wanted to say 100 million other things, but I'll probably save it for the next video. But I want to say this. Martin Murray, he's also a big middleweight. He's big. He's very strong. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gives Gennady a run for his money and probably even really lands some straight rights to his head and really busts up his face in this fight. It reminds me of Costa Tszyu versus Hector Lopez, where I gotta admit, Tszyu beat Hector Lopez for the first 4 rounds, and then after that, it was competitive, but Hector Lopez slowed him down with those shots to the pit, and then after that, Hector Lopez basically dominated Costa Tszyu. I mean, he busted up his face, he busted up his nose, busted up his, he didn't bust up his eyes, but he puffed up his eyes. It was a fight of the life for Costa Tszyu. And I think the style that Gennady Golovkin has is actually offset by a good jabber, somebody who can mix the speed and the pace of their jab. And it so happens Martin Murray's got that. I thought Antonio Rubio would have given him more of a challenge. but and he was doing pretty good until Gennady caught him with that uppercut. And Gennady Golovkin is I told you, this kid is legit. Gennady Golovkin is legit. I think I would love to see him fight Peter Quillin. That's the fight I want to see. I know Quillin's not as experienced as Gennady Golovkin, but Quillin's very sharp. Martin Murray's not as sharp as Quillin. I don't know how tough Quillin's chin is, but I would love to see Quillin versus Gennady Golovkin. That would be a good fight matchup. But in the meantime, Martin Murray, that's what we got. Martin Murray's a tested and true competitor. He's never really been at the championship level for very long, but he has fought some championship fights. What happens if Martin Murray gives Golovkin the biz? Will they give the decision to Martin Murray? I mean, Golovkin's kind of shaping up to be the draw, so we'll see how this fight goes. It's going to be an interesting fight Saturday, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about it. This is a good fight, and this is good for boxing. So I have no complaints. I would love to see them get it on.